thing that really annoys me is when you have someone who you know they're already making giant sums of money, and you really know that they could just focus in on what they're doing and become better at it. But instead of that, they take the easy way out. They decide they're going to branch off into something that's really easy for them because it's popular, it's hip at the time. They know that it's the thing that all the kids are watching. And in
he's talking about Toby appropriating gamer culture right now. That is what he's crying about.
What I'm addressing is people who already have existing YouTube channels for things like daily vlogs, their particular video series that are popular, and then they decide one day, oh, gee, I think I'm just going to make a gaming channel over here.
A person I dated a few years ago has just made some extremely serious, false accusations about me.
Hey there, guy. How's it going there, guy, dude? Another day, another Doyle. We're freaking doing another reaction video, dude. This one's about Tobuscus, or Toby Turner, from Legend to Lolcow. This is by Kusari, dude. I saw this in my freaking recommended, and then I saw it again on Reddit, and it's freaking... I used to watch Tobuscus back in the day. He was a big inspiration. His gaming videos back in the day. He was one of the first, like, gaming creators that I saw the vision, you know? My roommate was actually the one who freaking showed me him back in the day, dude. I don't know if I would say he's become a Lolcow, per se. I mean, are we really laughing at him? I just thought he kind of like faded into sort of obscurity, got accused of some stuff. Even in the thumbnail right here, it doesn't really... Who's laughing? I'm excited to see goddamn everything. What the Sigma got doggone? What's the most recent Toby Turner video? I think I might have unsubscribed to him because he does post sometimes, and it's not always what I'm looking for, to be honest, these days. But okay. So he's posting stuff. I mean, Beethoven said it best.
Hey, Toby. I just wanted you to know that I was just actually watching your Minecraft videos.
Okay. This is about the same stuff. Happy Wheels videos almost killed me. Letter from a fan. Interesting. All right, let's freaking see what the story is. The history, if you will. Oh, he had some strange political takes. I don't even remember what they're in regards to, but he seems kind of like conspiracy brain rotted to some extent. Listen, I watched him for the funny jokes and the silly voices and not politics is all. This video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. We will not be hunting any witches here, bitches. Can you smash that like button, bitches? I appreciate you, bitches. Toby Tobuscus Tobo.
A lolcow is someone who, through their own actions, becomes a constant source of mockery and entertainment. They provide endless amusement, often without realizing the extent to which they're being laughed at. Toby Turner...
See, I mean, that kind of describes him, but I mean, he's a YouTuber and like a comedy YouTuber, so it's like, I don't know. I've always thought of like a lolcow as someone who's sort of like unintentionally just struggling through life and has no self-awareness or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't even want to give an example after I described it like that. That feels mean, but...
Known to many as Tobuscus, is a prime example of this transformation, from YouTube royalty to a lolcow. Toby Turner was an OG YouTube legend, an iconic figure from the platform's early days. He captured millions with his energetic personality, catchy songs, and comedic sketches, and his various channels covering everything from gaming to...
Funny face!
Vlogs built a devoted fan base.
It's all coming
wasn't
back
just another
now.
Content creator. He was a
legend,
a symbol of early internet culture.
Hey audience, what are you doing in the glove department? Oh, lens flare, that was an accident. That's very useful. I should use that more often. Intro of darkness. The flare.
Then redness, then whiteness.
Hello audience.
But with great heights come great falls, and Turner's descent was both shocking and tragic. Turner's rise to fame was rapid and spectacular. He created hit comedic songs and animations inspired by various video game series, which made him a household name among YouTube fans. His knack for creating this type of funny content distinguished him in what was arguably the golden age of the ever-growing industry of YouTube. However, behind the scenes, cracks were beginning to show. Rumors of personal issues started to circulate, hinting at a darker reality behind his upbeat videos and persona. As we dive into the downfall of Tobuscus, we'll uncover a series of events that led to his status as a lolcow. Allegations of substance abuse, infidelity, and increasingly erratic behavior began to surface, tarnishing his image. His content and personality shifted dramatically, from lighthearted and entertaining to controversial and disturbing. The once joyous and humorous channel became a stage for incoherent rants and divisive political commentary, completely—
Oh god, I met Kyle Rittenhouse. I didn't know it got this awesome. I mean, based or who, I mean, why would you post this, little bro? Uneducated guy talks about dead. Okay. I can see why I might not currently be subscribed to the vlog channel. Okay.
Alienating his audience in the process. How does someone who once mastered the art of online virality, whose every move seemed calculated for success, spiral into chaos? This documentary will piece together the rise and fall of Tobuscus.
I guess, like, for context, back in, like, I don't even know what year. It was when I was still in high school, so, like, 2011, 2012, I guess. And then into, like, 2013, 2014, when I started making videos that were, like, getting some traction. Like, Toby and freaking PewDiePie were sort of, like, neck and neck for, like, the biggest gamer guy in the corner at the time that I knew of. Holy moly. Hello. But then he kind of like fucked off, and it felt like he was juggling too many plates at the same time. Like he was writing a book and doing like maybe like a show or something. I don't remember. I just knew he was like vlogging every day and talking about it, but his gaming channel started to like not post as much. And then obviously PewDiePie eventually became PewDiePie, so freaking, but yeah, I think that was like the order of events. He was sort of like neglecting his YouTube before all of like the allegations and stuff, and then that sort of like buried him afterwards.
It's the coolest. I got this bracelet, a Minecraft of my Minecraft character. This is Tobuscus. It's awesome.
Oh, and he was doing a game which eventually did come out for iPhone like way after it was supposed to. Roll the freaking clip.
Game, I guess it's based on like his cartoon series or something. Seems pretty cool. We're gonna check it out. For some reason, the sound is coming out of my iPhone and not the capture, which is pretty great. So I don't know if it's actually recording sound or not, but I mean, you can just listen to my phone with me. I mean, it's pretty good. All right, so there was a big cutscene at the beginning. I didn't record all of it just because, I don't know, is he supposed to be upside down? Nope, the whole game's upside down. God freaking dang it, man. All right, this is comfortable, it's good, everything's okay. Tap the zombie to select, where's the zombie? This right here, and then do a slat, oh, okay.
I do not remember the game at all, but it was some sort of tower defense game, I think.
I learned this in San Francisco when I'm trying to apply for jobs.
I'm not saying that I'm not to you around. Normally I don't post vlogs to Tobuscus, but I wanted to show you this. Audience!
Here at Comic-Con, I run into...
Yeah! Ow! How you doing? A lot of playing video games and being entertainment also. I want to make a couple movies. I suppose I think are really fun.
Another YouTuber has been accused of sexual misconduct. This time it is a gaming YouTuber by the name of Toby Turner. He has 6.8 million subscribers on his YouTube page, so he is a pretty big, YouTube celebrity, as some would call it. Allegations of sexual misconduct are coming from a woman who said she dated him for several years, April Lecter.
A person I dated a few years ago has just made some extremely serious, false accusations about me. I felt like I was stabbed in the back and left to die while the world told me it was my fault. I almost gave up.
So he has, I don't know if I've even seen him the second addressing of this. I've seen like, I think he did one like really short reaction video to this back in the day. It might be hard to find now if he's still making content actually.
But I didn't, and I won't. Do you happen to know the person who handles the algorithm situation? Because I would just love to go to their house and just ask them a question. You could even pass it on if you got all your hopes up. You know, at least.
I think getting to the point where you want to physically assault the algorithm instead of just make different videos, I don't know, that's weird, you know?
At least you got your hopes up, huh? At least they're up, so you can still get the hopes. Yeah, that's something.
And it's less deadly than influenza, I mean, according to the whatever.
It's gonna be stupid.
Hello once again, audience. Hope I didn't lose you yesterday, because I posted a picture of me being with this fellow by the name of Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse is like he's famous for doing like basically nothing. He like defended himself from a person at a protest, I think, and it was like politicized a lot, and people just like brought him on their show to be polarizing, and I guess Toby brought him in his vlogs for the same reason.
I was so upset. I wanted to meet him ever since I saw the whole video where he unfortunately took the lives of a couple convicted pedophiles.
I mean, he didn't know that at the time. Like, that's just a convenient after the fact. They were also the worst type of people you could imagine. Okay, perfect. Libs equals Mississippi and Florida. He had a double birth. That makes a lot of sense. I'm just kidding.
On March 3rd, 1985, in Mississippi, Toby Turner moved to Niceville, Florida, where he spent most of his childhood. The environment of his upbringing significantly influenced the person that he would eventually become. Mother ran a daycare, which meant that Toby grew up constantly surrounded by other children. This early exposure to a social environment undoubtedly nurtured his ability to connect with people and thrive in social settings.
No! Kim agrees! Kim agrees that she's better than his mom!
Music also played a pivotal role in Toby's early life. He took piano lessons until he was around 14, which provided him with a solid musical foundation. This early engagement with music would later influence his creative endeavors.
How do you freaking think he wrote the musical genius of Nugget in a Biscuit? Best song ever made! Nugget, biscuit, nugget in a biscuit, nugget, biscuit, nugget in a biscuit. Just kidding, but it's pretty good. It's a banger, you can't deny. It's aged well. Nugget in a Biscuit 2, not as good, not as iconic.
And give him the skills to explore other musical instruments. High school was a transformative period for Toby. He was actively involved in acting and participated in numerous competitions. According to an interview, he often outperformed his peers, including his friend Alan Richson, who later gained fame as Thad Castle in Blue Mountain State.
I'm so proud of him, because in high school, as you of course remember, it's always like, Toby Turner first place, Alan Richson second place.
Dude, this was so long ago. He had a podcast like literally before it was cool.
So he's like moved up a little bit. Now it's like Megan Fox, Alan Richson on IMDb, that's all.
Even though, from what I remember, it was kind of weird and awkward and not that great.
Yeah, stay here, so you're not done.
During this time, Toby started developing ideas that showcased his acting and writing talents, laying the groundwork for his future career. However, his initial career path took a different turn when it came to higher education. Encouraged by his mother and supported by a scholarship, Toby enrolled at the University of Florida with the intention of becoming a dentist. However, after a year, he realized this wasn't the right path for him. He briefly switched to psychology before finally settling on telecommunications. This choice wasn't driven by passion, but by the fact that it was an easier
course. I've decided to be a psychic, Mom. I hope you're proud of me.
Of study, allowing him more free time to pursue his interests in acting and content creation. During his college years, Toby's mother continued to support his dreams. She took out a significant loan to buy him a DVX 100B camera for Christmas. This camera became a crucial tool for Toby, enabling him to start creating videos and providing him a...
Imagine taking out a loan for a camera. That is some serious camrage.
New motivation to pay off his mother's loan.
All the programs, my mom took out a loan and bought me a camera, which is awesome.
I'm just trying to think of how good the camera is, you know? I don't care about the money.
No, Dad. Where's Mom? She knew better.
I'm surprised. I'm just I don't want to move her out from it's getting worse. I'm a goddamn sweetheart.
No wonder you had to leave this area and go out to LA.
It's kind of a new thing. That's why I'm like, oh my god, she's fine, but it's bad in the humidity. And she totally helped me out, starting the whole thing.
Toby's understanding of the internet and his early forays into content creation were also significant. He even created a website where he humorously challenged other people named Toby Turner. In May 2006, he launched his first YouTube channel, followed by another one in June under the nickname Tobuscus, which was a nickname...
I don't want to fight with other guys named Lonnie. I think Lonnie IIV, or he might have changed his name recently. This guy, I think he could outdo me in any physical feat. Anyway.
Name given to him by a high school friend. Making money on YouTube was not as straightforward as it seemed at the time. Toby initially found success on Metacafe, a video hosting site that paid creators based on its view counts. Metacafe's payment structure was very straightforward. Creators earned half a cent per view, or $5 for every 1,000 views. This platform required content that could attract substantial amounts of viewership, which Toby managed through his early grasp of clickbait and a willingness to try new things with his content. His early YouTube videos, including a skit involving the remote from the movie Click, showcased his talent and confidence.
All in, huh? Pretty big words. Do you have a big hand? Let's find out.
What the fuck is this? Okay, I don't know what the hell this is, buddy, but this is not what got you popping.
Who doesn't?
Practiced, paired with an energy that felt both chaotic and controlled. From the start, Toby had a knack for engaging his audience, setting the stage for future success.
Who's the best thing on? Mind Demencia is the best thing on. I never thought I'd hear you say that. He's got his moments. Yeah, my ass has a lot of moments, but it doesn't have a TV show.
You can say that? What the hell? Hey, yo, get this guy a bar of soap so he can wash his filthy ass mouth. I mean, I just said it too, but I'm a degenerate. He's a nice guy or something. A stand-up one. A good Christian one.
Let's watch a movie.
Toby Turner's rise to fame didn't initially hinge on his character or his performance. Instead, his first viral hit came from a rather mundane video of him pouring Coke over raw pork. While the concept might seem unremarkable...
Is that a life hack? That's disgusting, dude.
Toby's savvy
It's like milk steak from Always Sunny.
How about your favorite food? What would that be?
Oh, milk steak.
Yummy.
Mm-hmm. What?
Milk steak.
Yum, yum.
I'm putting milk steak. I'm gonna put steak.
It's when you fry steak into milk.
She'll know what it is. No, she won't know what it is, Charlie. Nobody knows
Why
what
would
that
she
is.
not?
No, okay, all right.
Hasn't she seen the show? Is she stupid? Doesn't she remember from the show? See, Babish found the clip. What the fuck? Why couldn't I find it?
Bodyguards and Charlie. Now onto the brainchild of Mac and Charlie fight milk. This, of course, starts with milk, and it's surprisingly hard to get.
He's milk in the fight. Okay, different milk guy.
Use of early clickbait strategies turned it into a sensation. The video's lengthy, keyword-rich description further boosted its visibility, making it a prime example of effective early internet marketing. The video itself was a masterclass in misleading but captivating content. Toby pours Coke on the pork, and after a fade to black, the pork reappears with white spots, which some viewers believe to be maggots. However, the truth was far less sensational.
Where would it come from that fast?
Toby admitted in the video description that the spots were just grains of rice, placed there to fool a gullible friend. Despite the video's dubious premise, it garnered over 100,000 views in just 2 months, earning Toby around $600. Toby's success on MetaCafe was significant, but not sustainable. His videos, while popular, didn't consistently reach the view thresholds needed to generate a substantial amount of income. However, another incident catapulted him into the spotlight, the "Don't Tase Me Bro" meme. In September of 2007...
Yeah, I've heard of this, but I didn't even know it was a Toby thing. But let's freaking hear about it.
A University of Florida student named Andrew Mayer was tased by campus police during a Q&A session. The incident was recorded and quickly went viral.
So, were you a member of Stolen Rooms from College of Bush? Were you in the same secret society?
That's all right. Let me answer his question.
Excuse me. Help! What did I do? Get off me! No idea. Get off me! Get the f off me, man! I didn't do anything. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. I didn't do anything.
He sounds like almost like a normal person, and not like frantic Tobuscus voice.
Ow! Ow!
Even though he's being literally attacked by a police officer. I mean, reprimanded.
Toby, who was friends with Mayer, created a remix of the event, which also gained significant attention. This remix, combined with the original video...
I think this was before my time. I was probably, or maybe it's just a stupid meme, and it's too obvious of what's gonna happen in the video. You don't even have to click on it. Maybe I've just never
Toby realized
seen
the potential of YouTube. He began focusing more on the platform, understanding that while MetaCafe paid its creators, YouTube offered a broader audience and more opportunities for monetization. Toby capitalized on the "Don't Tase Me Bro" meme by selling related merchandise, including t-shirts and ringtones, which generated substantial amounts of revenue. By 2008, Toby had amassed millions of views on his YouTube videos, but his subscriber count remained relatively low. Despite this, he was already recognized as a YouTube celebrity. His varied content, ranging from vlogs and skits to parodies and songs, showcased his versatility and willingness to experiment. This period also saw him dabbling in stand-up comedy and participating in low-budget films, further honing his craft. In 2009, Toby moved to Los Angeles with friends, taking a job in search engine optimization that he found on Craigslist. This job not only provided a steady income, but also taught him valuable skills in keyword optimization and online marketing, which he applied to his YouTube career. His role in the indie film New Low, shot by friends using his camera, was another stepping stone. Clips from this film were featured in his 2009 showreel, marking his transition from internet fame to broader entertainment ambitions.
Don't be so dramatic. There are worse things to be than terrible. Yeah. Ow!
Toby Turner's YouTube channel was a mix of content aimed at both professional gigs and personal creativity. Despite his ambition to secure professional work, many of his videos deviated from traditional media themes. For instance, his remix of the viral David After Dentist video capitalized on the original's surge in popularity, driving significant traffic to his channel. Toby's deepening understanding of search engine optimization played a crucial role here. By stuffing his video descriptions with long, keyword-rich stories, often tangentially related to the video content, he managed to manipulate YouTube's early algorithm to his advantage. During this period, around 2009, Toby's channel joined the newly established YouTube Partner Program, allowing him to monetize his videos. Toby adapted by focusing on more higher quality content for his main channel, while using his Toby Turner channel for vlogs. This strategic division allowed him to consistently produce high-effort videos, particularly from October 2009 onwards, which often centered around popular media and internet memes. One of Toby's first widely recognized series was Literal Trailers, which began with the literal Clash of the Titans trailer parody in December of 2009. In this series, Toby humorously described the on-screen actions and transitions of the movie trailers, syncing his narration with the original sound effects and music.
I think he still does these, if I'm not mistaken.
Creative twist on trailer parodies, although initially inspired by the trend of literal music video parodies, eventually found its own unique audience on Toby's channel. The key to its success was its consistency. Toby's regular output of similar content, along with other new series like his Facebook game parody commercials, marked a significant turning point. The consistency was crucial in transitioning from his slow growth during his formative years to his rapid rise in YouTube stardom. His ability to adapt, experiment, and consistently produce engaging content ultimately solidified Toby's position as a prominent figure on the platform.
Yeah, everything that he's described is still like funny content if you just updated it and applied it. It's really just held back by the fact that it's all like 2014 centered stuff. Like, just do it about TikTok or mobile game ads or the new shit. Oh, oops. Wrong tab.
All I'm gonna say this vlog is on. Normally I don't post vlogs to Tobuscus, but I wanted to show you this.
Didn't mean to send a balloon into your mouth and stop you from speaking.
Long video. Bless you.
Did it again.
Toby was here to stay, and he wasn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Unless?
To understand Toby Turner's meteoric rise on YouTube, we need to look at his growth and strategy. At the beginning of 2009, Toby had around 10,000 subscribers, and by the end of that year, that number had increased 7-fold.
I just reached a landmark of 10,000 subscribers. I've no doubt that soon I'll pull more tail than MacGyver.
Oh my god. That's so funny. Considering that he got to 6 million not saying anything about getting pussy or fucking, you know? Being more PC, or at least just refraining from gooning on Maine.
Won't be from the same demographic. Richard Dean Anderson should make a YouTube, he will get some traffic.
Hey, I just hit 100,000 subscribers on my main channel, Tobuscus. Just wanted to say.
I mean, I guess people say that about me too, but I was never really trying to be family friendly either. It just happened naturally because I'm so friendly to families.
Actually, I got 20 million views also, so that's pretty cool.
This massive growth was fueled by his dedication to providing a variety of series such as remixes, literal trailers, parody commercials, and other random videos. While the ideas behind these series weren't entirely original, Toby's dynamic personality made them immensely popular. During this period, YouTube's landscape favored loud, energetic commentary and random humor, which naturally drew younger audiences. Toby's shift towards content that appealed to this demographic, along with aligning his sponsorships accordingly, played a crucial role in his success. He even began hosting a series reminiscent of Ray William Johnson's Equals 3, where he presented
Q-win fail, dude. Or he would just look at viral videos, basically. I guess everybody was doing that at the time. It was revolutionary, and Bob Saget was quaking because he thought of it first. And now look at him. He's dead. R.I.P. to the GOAT.
Viral videos and let his audience...
It wasn't a related death by any means.
Vote on the best ones.
How's it going, audience? I'm Toby Turner. I like rainbows, but two of them at the same time? And this is Q-Win.
Why would you not like that?
A show where videos from 3 different realms of viral compete to become the most epic. But Toby, how
this is like literally TikTok bullshit editing before it was like 10 years earlier. Revolutionary stuff.
Glad you asked, guy.
That was meant to be a compliment, but I was trying to avoid it. Anyways, I hope it came across. I hope I came.
This strategy was particularly effective during the early days of YouTube's algorithm, which was easier to manipulate. And by 2010, his subscriber count had exploded to around 600,000, placing him in the top 50 YouTube partners of that year. In 2011, Toby's career took off. He began dating other popular content creators, moved his parents from Florida.
Does she still make videos, dude? She was Russian and a lady, and that's all I remember. I guess she made a video 6 months ago. How often do you wash your pajamas?
The question that I have in my mind today is, how often do people wash their pajamas?
Dude, she looks exactly the same.
Who sleeps in their tiny little camisoles or like a full-on pajamas, or do you go commando? When I go commando,
I don't own pajamas. I'm not a cartoon character with a little pajama hat and a night mask and a little cup of tea or a candle. I don't live like that. I'm not Drake.
To Los Angeles and secured various promotional deals with companies like Treyarch and EA.
So there's people dance on the stage, but they're like choreographs. They know what they're doing.
Sure, they are really professional dancers.
So if I went up there without any choreographed dance, I just shake it. Would that be okay?
You can try.
5 Nights at Freddy's.
He's shaking his ass and watching himself.
Significant traction, particularly with games like Terraria and Minecraft, which led to his most viewed video, I Can Swing My Sword. Before this, his song Nugget in a Biscuit,
another banger,
which humorously combined a nugget.
Finally, 20 minutes in and no nugget in a biscuit mentioned. I was about to click off or riot. I can't click off. I'm just gonna be mad.
Mashed potatoes and barbecue sauce became a viral hit among younger audiences. This video amassed 41 million views, illustrating Toby's ability to create content that resonated with kids. His Minecraft themed song, I Can Swing My Sword, uploaded in April 2012, garnered even more attention.
Anyone can appreciate a delicious nugget in a beautiful biscuit, okay? And a song appreciating such appeals to the masses.
With 93 million views.
Especially in 2014 when it was still okay to be quirky and random, and now we can't have nice things and enjoy things anymore. We're not allowed. We're too self-aware, and we're all grumpy.
In 2012, Toby expanded his reach beyond YouTube. He appeared on the Annoying Orange TV series on Cartoon Network and promoted NCAA football 2013 through a video on his channel.
I remember trying to watch the fucking Annoying Orange show on Cartoon Network because it was on TV. You had to catch it when it was on. I remember trying to catch it when it was on, and I don't think I ever successfully saw an episode, but it was just because Toby was on it. I didn't give a fuck about the Annoying Orange.
I saw this girl on a billboard, and I think I'm in love with her. And I don't know if she likes me back. What do I do? Go talk to her. Yeah, you can act like thanks.
Never's not shy anymore. Yay!
However, this success was not without its criticism. Some creators, like Darkside Phil, who ironically enough is a lolcow in his own right, made a 25-minute long rant criticizing Toby for using ads to promote his channel on their videos.
That might have been how I found him, to be honest.
Darkside Phil here, and I am pissed off. Okay, I have mentioned this and talked about this, but never really directly addressed it.
DSP, I mean.
But there are people on YouTube. We're talking big YouTubers.
He's always been around ranting about something, bro, just yapping.
And the thing that really annoys me is when you have someone who you know they're already making giant sums of money, and you really know that they could just focus in on what they're doing and become better at it. But instead of that, they take the easy way out. They decide they're going to branch off into something that's really easy for them because it's popular, it's hip at the time. They know that it's the thing that all the kids are watching. And in
he's talking about Toby appropriating gamer culture right now. That is what he's crying about.
What I'm addressing is people who already have existing YouTube channels for things like daily vlogs, their particular video series that are popular, and then they decide one day, oh gee, I think I'm just going to make a gaming channel over here, and I'm going to play video games.
Despite
because
these
normal people don't do that, you silly man.
Controversies, Toby continued to thrive. His friendly rivalry with PewDiePie, who surpassed him in subscribers in October of 2012, and his involvement in the poorly received movie Smiley were notable events.
He's in that? Dude, I haven't actually watched that. That makes me want to watch it like a little bit more. I kind of already wanted to, though. I love stupid horror movies, dude. And there's one with Shane Dawson and the Smiley Man, and some guy named Totally Sketch. Not Sketch the sit on my finger, brother, but some other guy who was using the name.
Additionally, he was fired from the Cute Win Fail series in late 2012, marking a period of transition. Damn. To understand why Toby Turner was dismissed from Cute Win Fail, we need to delve into the intricacies of his collaboration.
I mean, I don't think it did any... Did they really go on without him? I think that series died after that, no?
With Fishbowl Media. On the surface, Cute Win Fail appeared to be a straightforward show where Toby reviewed viral videos. However, the reality was a lot more complex than that. Fishbowl Media, founded by Vincent John DeBona, known for producing shows like MacGyver, Entertainment Tonight, and America's Funniest Home Videos, held the rights to the viral videos featured on...
way more Bob Saget. It was way closer to Bob Saget's orbit than I thought. I knew I could smell what The Rock was cooking. There we go.
Creators like Toby to legally use these viral clips, but it also meant adhering to strict contractual terms. In Toby's case, Fishbowl Media provided him with viral content and the framework for Cute Win Fail, expecting him to upload new episodes consistently. These episodes would stay on Toby's channel for a week before being re-uploaded.
It's actually really hard otherwise to make a show like this where you're reacting to just like crazy viral clips that you don't own, because they're all owned by fucking Jukin Media or some third party who just buys them afterwards, and like they'll own them for a period of time, and then if they don't want them anymore because they're not making enough money, they'll probably sell them to somebody else or something. So this, I guess, was like a whole channel that was owned by a different company who he fell out with, I'm guessing.
The official Cute
That's
Win
what this
Fail
guy's
channel.
describing.
This setup helped Toby maintain a steady stream of content. However, the consistency required by the contract...
It also probably makes sense because I think he was doing this before he had like 6 million subscribers on his gaming channel and shit, so maybe they couldn't come to terms with his new popularity or something.
Reports of his dismissal cite a breach of contract due to irregular upload schedules, with videos often being late or missing the agreed upon timeline. Despite this setback, Toby's channel didn't suffer very greatly. He quickly shifted focus to other content, including a new rant series and frequent uploads of his popular literal trailers. This pivot allowed him to maintain audience engagement while producing content that required more creative effort. During this period, Toby was incredibly active, producing a wide array of content. Notably, he created a series of short videos featuring his dog Griffin, voicing the dog's thoughts as if Griffin were speaking to the camera.
Hey, I'm Toby Turner, and you're watching The Amazing World of Gumball.
Toby!
Dude, I'm recording. What?
I just had something important to tell you, but I guess it can wait.
What? You getting married? What is it?
Yes,
I pissed on your dad!
What?
Yes, Dad is correct.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Oh, wow, what excitement you're pretending. You're not invited to the wedding.
Okay, good. I have plans anyway. I got stuff to do.
No, you don't.
You're right. I don't.
These were specifically made for Cartoon Network promotions, but also uploaded to Toby's channel, further diversifying his content. While Toby's channel continued to grow, he faced new challenges as the YouTube landscape evolved. By 2014, he undertook the ambitious project of developing a video game, which diverted much of his time and resources away from video production.
Hey, I'm Toby Turner. I have a couple YouTube channels, Tobuscus, Toby Games, and Toby Turner. On Tobuscus, a couple years ago, I posted the first episode of Tobuscus Adventures, which is a cartoon about me and my friend Gabuscus.
Does that have to be my username?
I like to include video game references from whatever game I'm playing when I write the Tobuscus Adventures episodes, but I think it'd be awesome to give these characters their own game and tie it into the animated show. I grew up playing games like Magic the Gathering, the original Warcraft games before there was a world of it, and Ultima Online.
Man, you are a nerd, huh?
So I wanted to do this campaign to make a game that was connected to the characters of Tobuscus Adventures in a unique, interactive way. I wanted to make a game that used spells, but I also wanted you to be able to play as the Tobuscus character. But Tobuscus is kind of an idiot, so I have to explain why he's suddenly a powerful wizard. So I wrote out an intro cinematic and a theme song also. This is
the game that I played that freaking, I think it had a Kickstarter, and it seemed like it was taking a lot of focus away from everything else he was doing, but fucking it took like years after it was expected, like a lot of Kickstarter projects do. I wasn't so mad about the game, but maybe as a viewer, maybe I was disappointed at the time. I don't really remember what the consensus was as a crowd, but it probably didn't help his career overall.
And unfortunately for Toby, the game didn't really achieve the commercial success that it was going for, which impacted his ability to produce regular content and contributed to a steep decline in his channel's performance. The situation worsened in 2015. Despite actually increasing his video output, the lack of engaging content and declining video quality definitely took a toll. His literal trailers, once a cornerstone of his channel, were now mostly sponsored by smaller games and suffered poor production quality. Meanwhile, other YouTubers like Jax Films and PewDiePie were innovating and evolving their content, leaving Toby's format feeling somewhat outdated. By 2016, Toby's presence on YouTube had just significantly diminished. His main and secondary channels were in decline, and he struggled to maintain the energy and creativity that had once driven his success. Many of his vlogs lacked structure and polish, which reflected a broader loss of direction in his channel and maybe his life. And unfortunately for everyone who knows the Toby Turner story, things don't really get much better from here.
So now we're getting into the serious stuff. Content warning. I'm giving you a little kiss on the forehead, letting you know what's good, in case you're sensitive. Little kissy warning.
Understanding the controversy that marred Toby Turner's career requires diving into a pivotal period in April of 2016. On April 8th, creator April Fletcher, known as April F., published a detailed Tumblr post accusing Toby of severe misconduct, including drug abuse and rape. The allegations were shocking and detailed her—
Okay, so very serious allegation. Very serious. Drug abuse, not that serious, to be honest. I guess they do go together,
relationship with Toby, which began when they met at E3 in 2011. The truth about Tobuscus. Trigger warning: abuse, rape, drugs, pretty much everything terrible. Before I start, I want to say that this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. I understand that I'm setting myself up to be attacked in more ways than has already been done to me. People may accuse me of lying and may try any tactic to protect him because they don't know who he truly is. I will have to take the heat for being the first person to openly come out about this, though I'm not the only one who has experienced the abuse from him. There are so many of us. I know of some, I'm friends with some, and I'm without a doubt sure that there are some I don't even know about. It's not my place to tell their stories, I can only really tell mine. Throughout the 5 years of knowing him, I have been mentally and physically abused by Toby Turner. I first met Toby when I was working at E3 in June of 2011. I had flown there from Georgia and he was doing a hosting gig. He added me on Facebook, and as I was returning home, eventually my number. We texted almost daily and FaceTimed with each other. He kept telling me that I should move there and that he needed a female host for his new gaming show. So a month after E3, I had bought a new car and packed my stuff for LA. I didn't know at the time, but that would be one of many broken promises. I was writing way too many details when I realized that I have way too many things to tell that happened in 5 years. So I'll cut out the small stuff. I was being cheated on since day one. He would fluctuate between telling me we weren't together to saying we were. Once I started finding the evidence of other women, he would fluctuate between admitting he was cheating then to saying he told me that he didn't want anything serious. Every time I would try to leave, he would tempt me with saying he was ready to come out about dating me now. He would say he was just worried about what the fans would say to me and all the hate I would get, but he never cared about that. When he started dating Olga, we were still dating. He told me that they weren't
real. Oh, that's the girl that I referenced earlier who asked how often we wash our jammies.
When it was just a show for subscribers and views. At the beginning, I actually believed that. Then my gut feeling was going off like crazy and I realized I was just being weak. I stopped seeing him and started seeing someone else. Of course, I kept getting texts that he missed me and that I was the one he wanted. Once I stopped seeing the other guy, we went right back to dating. On and off, just as I know now, was coinciding with Olga and his breakups. Or maybe the breakups were lies. Who really knows? I know this makes me look really dumb, but you have to understand how he makes women feel. It felt like a drug. I would try to date other people and I was so stuck and in love with him that no one ever compared. But I notice now how I was also being manipulated and forced. He thought it was a game to keep going when I would say no. He would grab me and try to tear my pants off and I would say no and pull them back up. So forcefully that they would tear. I still have my pants folded in the drawer that have ripped belt loops and holes in the crotch from him trying to tear his way in. I even headbutted him once because I was starting to see another guy and did not want to be physical with him. But I was so scared of losing him that I would just let him win and have his way with me. He would call me his girlfriend, then if he found out I told someone I was dating him, he would accuse me of trying to ruin his career and insult me. 2013 was when the drugs really started. I'm not going to get into too much detail with that, but this was when the abuse started getting very violent. By this time, I was conditioned to always make sure that he was happy, and I had so many panic attacks and anxiety when I was with him because I never wanted to upset him. We were writing most of his parodies and songs together and then fighting when the high would start to fade. Everything was a bipolar mess. There was an incident where we met up for dinner, his classic line, "Wanna eat?" And he was on drugs, of course. I told him not to park in the 30-minute parking spot. He was immune to all rules in his mind, I'm a god, so he left it. Our conversation at dinner turned toxic. He said some girl was aborting his baby. I said years ago I had a miscarriage but would have had it. This caused him to get angry that I would have kept the kid. He called me stupid, a faggot, among other things.
Jesus.
FYI, to this day, he still...
What the fuck? That's so uncalled for, but I mean, I guess if you're like... I'm assuming that it's like stimulants that they're abusing and alcohol, but I don't fucking know.
He uses that term all the time and calls me names even when he is being nice. So I am upset and trying to stand up for myself, but only making it worse. I'm sure I cried at some point. I was always crying. We leave the restaurant and lo and behold, his Range Rover got towed. He's yelling and mad. We got an Uber, taxi, and I go back to his place. By this time, I'm absolutely terrified and am just trying to not make him more upset. He started punching things in the kitchen, he kicks his stove, and I get out of the way as he punches the pantry door. It has a big giant crack in it. He later covered it with a Chinese New Year calendar and made jokes on vlogs saying, "Oh, how did this get here?" I'm crying and he's blaming me for stuff, and then I go sit down.
I feel like I remember him doing that, but I don't know. I'm not gonna go dig for the freaking vlog.
The chair that he has in the living room. He starts screaming at me to go get the fuck out of his house. I'm bawling and crying and asking him why he's doing this to me and why he's screaming at the top of his lungs that he hates me and to get the fuck out of his house and that he'll call the cops. He grabs his phone and says he's calling the cops, and I'm just crying and crying. He screams and asks me, "Did you hear what I said, you stupid fucking dumb blonde?" He would always tell me he hated blonde hair. And so I stand up to leave. I'm hysterical and get in my car and I speed off to drive away, and he jumps out in front of my car, immediately saying, I'm sorry, come here. I'm crying and I stop the car and he pulls me into the house. I'm nothing but a hyperventilating, crying mess, and I'm having a panic attack and shaking when he starts taking off my pants and saying, "Shh." He sets me down on the end of the bed and starts having sex with me. The entire time I'm crying and mumbling for him to stop, but he keeps saying, "Shh." After he's finished, he pulls my pants back on and I turn to my side and keep crying. I honestly don't remember if he cuddled me after. Maybe he did. Once again, I was psychologically damaged and stuck around. I even dyed my hair brunette to please him. We spent Valentine's together. At this point, I knew I had to find a way to get over him. I just didn't know how. He was turned on every time I cried, and he was always mean and insulting to me, so this was the pattern. Friends tried to intervene, and I actually lost a few because I kept going back to him and they thought I was weak and an idiot. I was. I finally mustered the strength and told him we should be just friends. February 26th, 2013. I came over to help him with something, I'm not sure what. My friend Alyssa was having a party I wanted to go to, and he kept telling me not to leave. I told him I had to go, but he was being flirty and cute. I was conditioned to enjoy the tension and the game, but I told him I was going. He asked if I would take a
So you guys did play back and forth like this or not? Because it kind of matters at that point. Like if there's any amount of ambiguity, because obviously like this makes him sound like a fucking monster, dude. At least so far.
Shot with him, just one before I left. Yes, I know I should not have even said yes and taken a shot before driving. I'm aware. But you have to understand at this time drugs were running rampant in this house and I was so exposed to drug and alcohol abuse that I was just used to it. I said okay and took a shot with him. Instantly, I knew something was wrong. At first, I thought it was shitty vodka. I even asked what vodka it was since it was the worst taste I ever had. Then I saw his face.
Phillips?
And I realized I knew what that bitter taste was. I asked him if he had slipped something in my drink. He then proceeded to do a cute grin with a Griffin voice denying it. I asked a bunch of times and he denied, but I already knew the answer. I also knew that the people who die from MDMA or Molly have always been mixing it with alcohol. That both of those together are a deadly mix. That Toby is a drug addict and that the amount of drugs he put in my drink are far more than I will ever be capable of handling. I start crying and telling him that he's going to kill me, why he would try to hurt me, that he is selfish and that I'm gonna die because of him. This somehow gives him a moment of clarity, or maybe it was just the drugs taking effect, but he admits to putting it in my drink. He tells me it was only just a little bit and that it must have still been on the glass from when he used it. Then he admits fully to doing it. He starts crying as well and admitting that he is a sex addict and a drug addict and needs to get helped. I am so fucked up at this point.
Even if you're in a party environment where you're all doing the same drugs and drinking and together and best friends and dating and like everything's cool, you should still not give anybody anything without telling them. That's not cute. It's not funny. And it's just...
And that I honestly don't even remember what happened. Did we have sex? Did we only talk? I'm not sure. All I know is that at some point he passed out cuddling me on his beanbag chair and I'm just staring straight ahead, wide awake with anxiety. I literally feel like I'm being held hostage and kidnapped.
I mean, this is all alleged from the same person this whole time. The April girl. But I'm just talking about, like, that, like, protocol in general, I guess.
I don't know this man. I want to escape, but I'm so fucked up that I can't leave. Once I feel like I can maneuver a car, which was the next afternoon, I drove home. I really shouldn't have drove, but I needed to escape him. I come home and my roommates are in the kitchen. They would be so mad if they knew that I was still talking to Toby after the blatant rape, so I tell them that at the bar someone drugged me. They tell me to go to the hospital and I say I just want to lay down. I go in my bed and I just start sobbing. I was fucked up on this drug for 3 days. I regret never going to the hospital. I regret never going to the cops for what he did. I honestly thought about his career ruined and I just didn't want to hurt him because I loved him. How messed up is that? He had just tried to kill me. I knew I was too weak to go to the hospital, but I made sure to text him what he did so I would have evidence. So I'd at least have a text proof that he drugged me, so he couldn't turn around and deny like he always did. Like he denies ever dating me now. What's messed up is the text he gave me before I texted the proof. 'Twas fun. Yeah, fun. I wish I could say I stopped talking to him after that, but we all know that's not true. He said he would change his ways and I took him back again. March 2nd, 2013, I go in his bathroom and see a black thong and condom in his trash can. He's in the other room gaming, so I walk in there and grab him by the arm, and he's shocked, but I take him to the bathroom where I have put the items on the floor, and I push his face down towards it. His response, "What? What? Yeah, what, so?" And I'm livid. I say, "Who the fuck is she?" He tells me, "It doesn't matter, you'll never meet her." I really wanted to destroy and break everything in his house on the way out, but I just grab my stuff and go. Done. Except not, because I'm an idiot and I stay friends. The last time I ever had sex with him was on Memorial Day of 2013. This wasn't by choice, of course. This was a violent hate fuck after he thought that I was flirting with Max Landis at Toby's barbecue party. Then, of course, I find out who
I think Max Landis was like a movie writer who wrote like for Chronicle, which is a pretty good movie, but he was like accused of some weird stuff too, I believe. Yeah. It's on his IMDb. God damn.
He was hooking up with, actually, another girl from the same party who's also my friend. The list goes on and on. Mid to late 2013, he finally has a relationship with someone else. By this time, they are known as mains in my circle of friends that know the drill. So luckily, I can say I never slept with him after that. But things were still messed up because he would always try to use me to masturbate. Either do it in front of me or try to grab my hand to do it for him. It's disgusting, and I'm embarrassed, but it's the truth, so whatever. I just became a friend, and I really thought that things were looking up. We started doing songs together, even though I was helping him write them throughout this whole time. But now I was included, and he was actually letting people know that we were friends. Yay! Gag. I won't get into the lack of payment for anything that I did because that's a separate issue, but I knew that I was being used. I was just so happy to be included. Yay! Gag. He always strung me along and would wave that carrot of songs or gaming to get me to come back. 2014, he tells me we will perform Depressing Song at Playlist. I'm super happy because we wrote it together and it was our Look How Magic We Are Together song. Once it gets close to playlist time, he starts getting wishy-washy like he always does. I ask him if we really are going to play the song because he never gives me a straight answer, and he starts telling me he only has passes for Seth and Gabe and he doesn't know. Then he tells me that he'll only be doing stand-up. This is after I already have my flight and hotel. So now he all of a sudden doesn't have a pass for me that he said he would have, so I decide to go anyways. My amazing friend gets me into playlist, and I have a really good time even though I know the drill of if Toby sees me there, he will ignore me and I have to lie to fans and play along that he's just so awesome. He asks of what I'm doing, and I text him that I'm hanging with these other YouTubers, and he gets mad and jealous because I shortened their channel name and accuses me of acting too cool. I say they're my friends, and that's just what I call them. He then texts a mutual friend and says something along the lines of, April is on her high horse and I'm about to put her down. The day of his performance, I tell another mutual friend that I just know he's going to play our song. She assures me he wouldn't do that. I have Toby energy and we are super connected. I feel it. I know he is. And he does. I'm going to admit to the internet that I almost committed suicide. I was in the worst pain I have ever felt in my life. Worse than the cheating, the lying, the physical and mental abuse. I'm not sure why, but to deny me the very thing I created, to perform my song when it was my dream to be up there, that was worse than death. I was on a high balcony of my hotel. Luckily, I didn't go through with it. I vowed not to talk to him. He didn't get to use me in this new life. I spent all of 2014 getting constant texts from him, some spamming, blaming, and attacking me, some saying he wanted to say sorry. Towards August, I think, I started to respond. I've only seen him a few times since then. I saw him a few months ago in January at a friend's birthday, and though he was nice to me in person, he started flirting with my best friend and then was trying to entice her to hang out with him. When I texted him to stop because, hello, we're BFFs and she's gonna show me, the attacking verbal abuse was back again. He never changes. He's still abusing and damaging women. There are women with stories similar to mine. He's still playing his games of multiple girls at a time, still asking hot chicks to game with him as a pickup line. I keep hoping that maybe he's changed, and I tried not to give the gory details to the women that he tricks and fucks over, but I see he hasn't. Two mains found out about each other just the other day. Why did I tell such extreme detail of the worst parts of my life and about him? Because last night I was working and went to a Toys R Us and saw a Tobuscus toy in the aisle. I started to cry and have a panic attack. I was supposed to be professional, but I couldn't help it. I wanted to run up to the cashier and tell her that they are selling a drug addict rapist to children. They are selling a sexual predator and don't even know it. But I know that even if I did that, his toys would be out on the floor as soon as I left. Because people don't know. Parents don't know how terrible and toxic he is. How he hurts and destroys the best parts of you. All they know is his funny voices and his characters. The back of the package called him a hero. I'm sorry, but a hero doesn't disrespect, abuse, and drug women. He is not a hero. He is not a role model. He is a sick, sick man. The accusations didn't stop with April. On the same day, Claire Lourdes corroborated April's claims, stating that she had a similar experience but chose not to disclose the details. The following day, another YouTuber, Amelia Talon, also came forward. Amelia described Toby as being sexually aggressive and pressured her into taking drugs. She recounted an instance where Toby tricked her into consuming Molly by kissing her with the drug on his tongue. These allegations were met with,
"Ooh, don't do that, man, don't do that." I mean, like, you might think that it's just like a harmless, only positive drug or something in your, like, boomer brain, but no, that you can't just give people that without their consent. For sure. Yeah, I don't know.
With mixed reactions. While some women, like Tara Babcock, defended Toby by sharing their positive experiences, they also acknowledged that he had significant issues with drug abuse and dishonesty. Tara refuted claims of non-consensual drug use and detailed how Amelia had willingly taken Molly and slept with Toby the first day they met, despite being married at the time.
Watch Amelia Talon's video where she talked about Toby. I was actually the girl that she mentioned in the video who introduced them. And one thing to kind of prove that everything is based on perspective is that she left a lot out in that video. She completely victimized herself, which is fine. I mean, some shitty shit happened to her. But she didn't mention that when I introduced them, she was married. And she went ahead and slept with him the same day of her own accord and took Molly the same day of her own accord. And the reason that I stopped talking to her, among many other things in our relationship beforehand as models and as gamers and as friends, was because on the car ride home, she told me that she, something along the lines of, finally knows what love feels like. And to me, that was just like, this is fucking crazy. And then being that head over heels for Toby had the audacity to make this video later down the line without mentioning all of those things and completely victimizing herself just makes it seem so scummy to me. I made a video about a year ago, if not longer than a year ago, called My Sluttiest Moment. And in that, I anonymously talked about the night that I met Toby. I met him at E3 in June 2013, I think. And we had a sexual relationship for about 4 months after that. But I live in Seattle and he lives in LA, so we would see each other every 2 weeks or every month or something like that. At first, the second time that I went down there to see him, after the My Sluttiest Moment incident, which I'll post in the description, so if you guys want to watch that, go ahead. But basically, I made a video in 2012 talking about my bucket list. And on my bucket list, I said I want to seduce Toby Turner. That was one of the things I wanted to do. And so it felt like serendipity when at this Ubisoft after party, he was right there in front of me dancing. So I went up to him, told him he was hot, he kissed me on the mouth, and his friend ended up giving me Molly, and I went home with him. So Toby and I had a lot of sex anytime I was around. We would have sex like jackrabbits all day, and then I would lay on the floor naked and watch him while he made content. And that was extremely fun for me. The only thing I didn't like was his affinity for drugs. He always wanted me to take Molly, and the way my body reacted to Molly was literally like it obliterated my stomach. I would eventually end up throwing up every time after the high kicked in, and then for the next like day and a half, I would lay in bed with my stomach aching and just feeling like complete shit. Something I did notice with him and other girls was that he was pushing a little bit too hard. Like there was a girl that he brought over who seemed really, really into him, and you know when you have like that kind of status, that celebrity status, where someone wants to sleep with you because they've been crushing on you for a long time, you do have that kind of power over someone, and with that power does come responsibility. But I think it's a little bit ridiculous for someone like April, the girl who made the Tumblr blog post, to sit up on a high horse and say that she's trying to protect the children who are watching him. Because I mean, what idol has anyone ever had who was a rich guy and wasn't into drugs and rock and roll? That's a pretty common thing. Welcome to the real world. Your idols are not who you think they are. Your idols are just like everyone else, and they succumb to the pressures of being super popular as well. It's hard, and Toby strikes me as someone who needs a lot of reassurance that he's awesome. Like he would text me all the time, and he would text me private versions of videos that are gonna be up or songs that he's made, and like he got so happy when I told him how great it was. And he would shower me with compliments, and I would shower him with compliments, and that's kind of how our relationship was. But I knew that he was unstable mentally, from the drugs to just really needing that gratification of sex. I've seen him with other girls, and he never treated them disrespectfully. And I'm not saying that any of the things that these people experienced didn't happen. I'm just saying that if you have the self-respect to be like, no, and like lay down ground rules, then he respects it. And he asked me if I would try Molly, and this is gonna be embarrassing for him probably, but not for me because I don't give a shit, up the ass to see if it's less potent and makes me less sick. And then if it still makes me sick, I don't have to do it anymore. So I tried it.
It's called boofing.
But if that's what he wants to do with his life, he can do it, just I'm not gonna do it anymore. And we have
I
no
don't
more
really see the appeal, dude. I'll use my mouth. Thanks, if that's cool.
problems. And it was sad
I don't
to see him
care
like
how
that. And it's
high
sad
you
to be
gets
tortured
me.
like that. And I feel like he needs help. He doesn't need ridicule. And honestly, the person that I got a crush on watching his gaming videos was not the same happy-go-lucky person that I saw after I met him, where it just seemed like he was so, like in his content, he was just so jittery. He was just clearly on drugs. He looked less healthy than usual. It looked like it was aging him, and I was worried about him. Basically what I feel like is there are a bunch of fangirls that see Toby as so attractive and so smart and so awesome, and they want to make content with him, and it's not necessarily an attention whore thing, but it can be. And then they get to meeting him and knowing him, and they end up doing anything for him because he's like their idol, instead of actually having the self-respect to be like, whoa, these are the boundaries, this is the kind of person I am, okay, you're not gonna have a relationship with me, I'll leave. And like when you read the blog post from that girl April, it's just like she keeps going back, and you know, at some point, you know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me 100 times, it's kind of my fault too. And I'm not saying that Toby is without his flaws, because he is definitely a sadly flawed human being. He's fighting demons that none of us understand, so to sit there and judge him just because you saw him as someone who is some heavenly non-human being because he was an idol to you, it's just a little ridiculous. I've never had him force himself on me. I've never had him feed me anything without my knowledge. When I firmly say no, no meant no. And I also saw him interact with a lot of other girls. So I feel like these girls that are making these hate posts about how he's a rapist or forcing drugs on people, if that did happen, which I don't know and you don't know either, because you weren't there, I really don't feel like Toby could have possibly had malicious intent. I feel like it was just a mistake he made, or he got carried away, or he was high or something. And these are not good excuses that just excuse him or absolve him in any way. But to ruin someone's career, someone who's already so fragile, just seems so fucked up.
Another defender was Jaclyn Glenn, who had a past relationship with Toby. She admitted that Toby was a challenging partner, prone to verbal abuse and requiring constant validation. However, she maintained that he never forced her to do anything against her will, and emphasized the complexity of their relationship, suggesting that while he was flawed, the narrative was not black and white.
So, this is the third time that I've sat down and recorded this video. I threw my hair up, I'm just frustrated. This video is talking about Toby Turner and the rape accusations that have been made against him. That's all I keep hearing about. Everyone texting me, blowing up my phone, asking me if I'm okay. You know, I'm here if you need anything, kind of thing. That's really sweet. I appreciate the concern, but what gets crazy is, you know, the the next level of people who are texting me saying, hey, have you been raped? Have you been beaten? Have you been drugged? That's the kind of messages that I've been getting from people that I know personally and for people online. Every comment that I got on everything is about this. If I posted a picture of my cat right now on Instagram, it would be Toby in the comments, and that's fine. That's just how it's going to be until I address it. So that's the point of this video. I would like to just get it out there and then not hear about it anymore as much as possible. Please don't leave it as every comment on all of my stuff. I can't take it anymore. I have known Toby for a little while now. We started dating in February of last year. When we started dating, I got several girls that would come up to me and warn me. They thought that like he was this horrible monster of a person. They didn't want me to date him. They were worried that I was going to get hurt, that I was going to get cheated on, that something bad was going to happen to me, and I ignored all of them. One of my flaws is that I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't like to just like judge somebody based off of hearsay or like what, just rumors. This is pretty much all I ever thought it was, just a bunch of rumors. I didn't take much of it seriously. And the reason that I didn't take much of it seriously was because a lot of these girls, whenever they would see him in person at parties, at YouTube events, would smile and go up to him and hug him and act like they were best freaking friends. They would like his pictures on Facebook and comment and tell him how they missed him and leave hearts and smiley faces. And how am I supposed to take your warnings seriously whenever you seem to kiss his ass at every given opportunity? It just didn't make sense to me. April was one of the people that warned me. This is so hard to talk about because I feel like, first of all, this is personal. It should not be on the internet. And I feel like forced almost to do this because of things that are being said and how much pressure is being put on me to address it, since it's very public that him and I know each other. But just because I felt pressured to do things that made me kind of uncomfortable does not mean that I was forced to do them. And I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong in situations. Like, rather than admit that they did something that maybe they feel ashamed about, they will just blame it on some other factor, like the person pushed me to do it. I'm not going to do that.
I mean, they could suggest that you do something, and then they could push for it, which is, maybe weird in and of itself to even do that, but it's not like reprehensible. Maybe, I don't know. Is that what you're trying to distinguish? I don't know. I'm talking to the screen.
Within the relationship, and that's as far as it should ever go. The reason why we didn't work out was because nothing to do with things like that. But I mean, I guess it's sort of related, but not really. He has a history of cheating. He's not a person that's probably very good with monogamy, and that was our biggest fight because that was something that I wanted. And he wasn't honest with me about things. I caught him in lies. I didn't trust him anymore. My trust had been broken. And also, while he was in Canada, there was a girl there. While he was denying what I had found was meanwhile with somebody else. And then it was just at a breaking point for me. I couldn't do it anymore. I was done. Broke up with him. What pissed me off the most about the situation was that I was attacked by a lot of his fans because he made a couple of videos on his blog channel about how I abandoned him and how I made him sad and how it was because we didn't spend enough time together, and that wasn't the reason.
Cringe.
We discussed that because there were some issues there, but that's not the reason we broke up. We broke up because of other very serious issues. But I don't think of him as this criminal. I just don't. Shitty, treating some people shitty that don't deserve it, yeah. In a place where you should probably really apologize to some people, yeah. Criminal, I don't think so. That's just me. And people may think that I am I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to get people commenting. There's no winning with this kind of thing. You can either jump on this type of bandwagon and say, hey, yeah, he's a, blah, 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 he did this to me, and then get everyone, giving me little pats on the back and things of sympathy and saying I'm great. Or saying that I'm, just attention seeking. So there's that aspect. Or I could say what I'm saying now and try to say that there's probably a gray area. Yeah, he's probably done some really shitty things, but I don't think it's maybe as bad as the entire world thinks it is right now.
And just say the truth, ideally.
And then I'm gonna get the opposite response from people. I'm gonna say, oh, you're just being manipulated by him still, and you can't stand up for yourself, and you're just being brainwashed. And it's there's no winning at all. I don't know what to say, except for that I have to say something. Every comment that I've been getting has been, oh God, fuck. I mean, right now, getting messages from people about this, missed calls, it's just overwhelming. Someone earlier told me a quote from Mark Twain, a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is still putting on its shoes. And I feel like that's this. That sums this up pretty solidly right now. People love a good villain, and, that he is to a certain extent. But to a certain extent is a very important part of that sentence. That needs to be thought about. Shit, I don't know how to end this. I don't know if I should post this. Personal business aside, you don't want somebody to I don't want anything bad to happen, is all I'm saying. And it's just scary. It's a scary situation, and I don't know how to act. And I'm just gonna stop talking because there's not like a really great conclusion for this. I'm just gonna go and live my life and try to be happy and post my own videos and hope that this isn't something that's just gonna be every other comment, that I'm not gonna constantly get people messaging me saying horrible things. But anyways, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Toby quickly released a video denying the allegations, expressing shock and hurt. Despite his denial, these accusations severely impacted his career and his public image.
Yeah, like I said, he was sort of at a low point because he wasn't posting content at like a freakishly fast rate anymore. Like he was posting like 3 to 5 videos a day for a while at like his peak gaming videos. Like he would do like uncut 10-minute videos like Skyrim, Minecraft, Happy Wheels, highlights, and whatever other games he was doing at the time. So it was a lot of content. So when it dried up, it was just like all the momentum just went away, and like the toys and stuff came out. That was all like that was like all put into motion before he had kind of already fallen off. So by the time it came out, it was anyway. I forgot what I was trying to say. But the allegations definitely like hit him while he was down, and I don't think he ever recovered. Yeah.
A person I dated a few years ago has just made some extremely serious false accusations about me. And I want to be crystal clear. I've never done anything without her consent. I've never tried to trick her into anything. I read her Tumblr post, and I was shocked, and I was hurt. These allegations are absolutely false. I just wanted to address it. That's all.
The controversy spurred heated debates within the YouTube community and beyond, with opinions divided over the credibility of the allegations and the character of Toby Turner. The accusations against Toby Turner and just how severe they were made recovery that much more challenging for him. And surprisingly, the allegations didn't significantly impact his viewership more than his already dwindling motivation and inconsistent uploads had. The real damage was to his prospects in film and television. A glance at his Wikipedia page reveals a stark decline in his acting credits post-2016. Even his minor role voicing Ant-Man for a Marvel mobile game couldn't salvage his image, and even that didn't last. Toby's limited credits suggest an industry-wide blacklisting, confining him to just his YouTube channels. An interesting shift occurred within his vlog channel. The energetic and quirky Toby Turner remained even when discussing serious events like getting swatted in October of 2016. Toby described the experience with his usual random laughter and constant motion, contrasting the gravity of the situation.
I went in and I was talking to the bartender, we were laughing. She's like, oh, you're such a nice guy. I'm like, Google me.
Oh my God.
So because I think I'm a nice guy. And it's really funny that as soon as I give anyone my name, they'll want to look me up. I'm like, oh, nah, which is fine. They'll filter out a lot of morons, because people with brains that function know that it's not real, but whatever, it's not for me to judge. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. The downside of making YouTube.
I mean, if you're really that concerned with what the Google results, why don't you just make I don't know, maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but never mind.
Videos. You have to change your phone number every couple weeks, just for fun, or because people leak your phone number, which is just great. So a couple months ago, I got you know when it happens. When you wake up and you're 700,000 missed calls, you're why? So people get your phone number and they leak it, and you got to change it again, and it's kind of the point where I call the same person every time to change my number, because I've done it so many times. They're like I call them, I'm like can I speak to Careza? And they're like, oh yeah, Toby, oh yeah, I get it, already got a new one for you. Isn't that awesome? Dude, I got swatted and I didn't even talk about it for a while.
That is not awesome.
Just because I wanted it to be my own experience in my heart. Where somebody
was he streaming? Does he even stream regularly? Was it on stream, I guess is what I'm asking.
Doesn't knock, doesn't ring the doorbell, which is great, convenient, because then you can talk to him faster. So they just have a team of 8 people just battering rams your door down. They just run in with guns aimed at your face.
Because why would you swat a YouTuber?
And they're like, where is she? And you're like, what? And they're like, where's the hostage? So apparently there was a murder hostage situation at my house. So I moved because I don't want that to happen. What a fun wake-up call. Gun to the face. Just want to let you know that happened. So phone number change, address change, emotional state change. It's been an eventful time for Toby Turner. And thanks for riding this just way from hell. It just came out of nowhere for absolutely no reason at all, but here it is. Oh, if you're going through some horrible stuff in your life, just know it could be worse, and it will get better. I know, because
True.
I don't know. I hope. No, it's definitely getting better. Everything sucks less every day. No matter what happens to you, everything sucks. It's a plane. Oh, let's zoom in. Can I zoom? No, I can't. Front facing. What the you can't. I'm gonna sneeze some more. Bless your face and mine. If you sneeze on this, I love sneezing. My sunglasses on. If you sneeze on this video, bless you. Peace off. But subscribe. Outro of darkness, then redness, then whiteness.
After the controversy broke, Toby's vlogging frequency massively decreased. He uploaded a single vlog in June of 2016, and then took a 3-month-long hiatus before returning in October with raw, unedited footage. This new style lacked the polish of his earlier work, and his ramblings often strayed far from the main subject. For example, in one vlog, he abruptly switched from discussing the game Civilization 6 to mentioning that he emailed an ex-girlfriend only to be told to stop contacting her. This particular video
what the fuck?
Video was posted on October 26, 2016.
I had a pretty nice day today and yesterday. Thanks for asking. I saw that Civilization 6 came out. I was looking at that. It's just, I played a lot of the older civilizations where you have to build up your civilization. Self-explanatory. And then you fly up into space and that's the end of the game. And it's, I haven't been, contacting my ex or anything, or, which is good. I just send her stuff that makes me think of her, which doesn't count. But it's cool because she did respond. She was like, please stop sending me stuff. So it's a good sign. Just walking next to Bed Bath & Beyond and doing the thing. There's Miracle's Fane ad up there if you guys sponsor if you need some.
Got that fucking Netflix You, the show You, Riz. Got that serial killer American Psycho Riz, my guy. Maybe don't do things you can acknowledge out loud publicly, even on a video that are wrong. Don't do that. Don't do it anyway.
Despite the clear message from his ex, Toby continued to email her into November. This prompted her boyfriend, another YouTuber known as Social Repos, to publicly ask Toby to stop contacting his girlfriend, Jaclyn Glenn. Drama channels quickly picked up the story. Toby responded the next day, claiming that he was unaware of Jaclyn's current relationship status and defending his emails as heartfelt gestures rather than harassment.
How's it going? I shaved today. I have a pimple. I popped it, so it's gone. But there's the evidence right there. So how are you? How's your day? How's it going? I sent an email, maybe you heard about it, to my ex the other day, like, professing my love and stuff, like a pitiful ex-boyfriend. And I thought it was sweet. I didn't think it was, a big deal. And then after, I literally get.
No, you didn't. You thought it was creepy, and then you talked about it like it wasn't a big deal to probably cover your, to obfuscate. What is it? To make plausible deniability, so you could say I'm fucking insane. Check my vlog. I don't know.
And he's like, oh, did you hear she got married yesterday? I'm like, I didn't even know she's in a serious thing. Anyway, I don't know.
She got married to Social Repose in Las Vegas, I'm pretty sure, and it was sort of like a Jake Paul type content wedding, but I don't know. Marriage is just you can do it for fun. You don't have to take it serious, I don't think.
So then I guess it's on it's on Scarce's channel, talking about me.
Hey guys, Scarce here. Fucking remember me? Scarce, still here over here. It's Scarce here.
Like an obsessed ex-boyfriend. I mean, she lives a 2-minute walk from my house. I don't show up at her house. I sent an email. I sent her an email when Trump got elected. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't want to talk about it. What is with the making private stuff public thing and the bullying people online? I don't understand.
Can't I just stalk you in private and you respect my privacy? What the fuck, dude?
Because my personal life is very interesting. A little dog. Hey baby, I'm gonna talk to him like an 88, and I'm an adult, and I shouldn't do that. At least I did get on another drama video, so feels pretty good. Not at all. I do get that it'd be pretty annoying if my girlfriend had somebody trying to be with her, but I would be pretty secure about it. I think I don't know. I wouldn't go after him. At least I would be like, hey dude, stop hitting on my girlfriend. Done. It's so funny. And this is not funny. It's kind of embarrassing, and it looks pathetic and stuff. And it going being public. Yeah, I look like an idiot, but whatever. I even wrote a video called "How to Stop Contacting Your Ex-Girlfriend." Obviously, I didn't follow any of the procedure, but it's a pretty funny video if I ever would record it without bawling my eyes out. I don't know this guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I did call him a dick on Twitter, but I felt bad about it just because I'm like, why would you post this public? But I get it. I get where he's come from. So, sorry, dude. Have a good time. All right, if you want to go watch the Scarce video, link in the description.
The Toby Turner and Social Repose beef is a repressed memory that I can't believe this exists.
where I look like a pathetic ex-boyfriend, or you can just follow my daily vlogs and just watch me be a pathetic ex-boyfriend every day. Oh.
Jaclyn and social
Watching
repost
this
then
might
released
be
their
ruining a Richie jump scare. I might be not doing my, Tobuscus's legacy a service. Oh, I thought I heard the camera turn off, my bad. By watching this documentary, because I thought the term lolcow was totally off base at the start of this. But you might be onto something here. You might be uncovering some stuff.
All right, if you want to go watch the Scares video, link in the description, where I look like a pathetic ex-boyfriend, or you can just follow my daily vlogs and just watch me be a pathetic ex-boyfriend every day.
Something you should be, like, content with being, dude. I would try to shake that swag as soon as possible.
Social repos then released their videos detailing Toby's unwanted advances over the years, such as leaving notes on her car and bringing her flowers despite being blocked on all other platforms.
My ex, Toby, is not respecting my request.
And I don't know how deep we'll go into it in this video since it's not about him, but I don't think Richie made it too out of this drama too hot either, so Jaclyn is just ripping these guys to shreds.
Left alone. And it's something that got really bad a couple of months ago and is now getting bad again. It seems like every time he thinks I'm involved with someone, it gets worse. Like one time he showed up at my place while I had a roommate and like, got into the back and left a note on my car. I don't know how he got in because it was a gated thing.
What the fuck, dog?
He would bring me flowers while I was there with someone else. It was very awkward. And now, you know, he won't stop sending me emails. And the reason why it's emails is because I have him blocked on text
This is
messages.
deranged behavior she's alleging. She's describing here. This description, if true, big if true, and depraved.
On
Not
Twitter,
okay.
on all social media,
Not romantic.
Because he gets very angry with me for not wanting to see him or not wanting to be with him.
Toby later explained his actions in another video, stating that Jaclyn had
Like,
once
this
told
is
him
not
to
a
never...
fucking rom-com, dog. You cannot just come to my house and steal my wife. I get it. You're that guy, but don't do it. You can't.
Give up
It's
on
not.
her,
It's
which motivated
illegal.
his persistence.
Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're spending it with people you care about and saying thanks to them a lot and eating a lot of food because that's what this holiday's for. I don't want to talk about this too much.
I know this is just like how he normally talks, but everything sounds passive aggressive now. It sounds like he's talking shit, like throwing shade through his. Anyway,
but I got
I'm just
some text
projecting.
about me leaving notes on a car. And a year ago, yeah, I left
My
a
brain
note
is
and
poisoned.
a flower on my ex's car, which, you know, I mean, we got back together after that, but it, you know, it didn't work out. And she's married. I sent her an email the other day, just because this has been a really hard year for me and her too.
They are now divorced, and I think she's remarried and has a kid. I think,
just, you know, a lot
which
of
is
drama.
beautiful.
Drama like exploded this year. 2016 sucks. But you know, I'm happy for her. I mean,
2016.
but it's just freaking. There's so many drama videos about it. I mean, I was told she wasn't a serious thing, so you know, obviously that information was factually infactual.
Bro, why are you not playing Minecraft? You should have, after the first controversy, you should have got back to the old grind, dude. What the fuck is all this? Why are you so obsessed with this married woman?
But you know, I care about her, so I reached out. And she
Who
helped me go
is?
through, like the worst time of my life. She also involved social media
I don't-
drama and like false
I don't
allegations.
remember what I was
and
gonna say.
you know, it's stressful because suddenly drama is the coolest thing to talk about. You know, some of the guys I do respect, and
I'm sure
you know,
that won't last. People will get over drama. You guys don't. You're not into drama, are you?
like, they're funny sometimes, but you know, it's
I'm here for the
stupid. I don't know.
Bloons
And it's like, you
gameplay.
know, like 10 times, you know, but you know, it's it's over, and I get it. I'm not gonna be hung up on it. We were together, and we cared a lot about each other.
You
and she, like,
are
helped me not do it.
significantly hung up on it to the point where it might get you in trouble with the law.
And then she told me if I loved her to never give up, which was a while back, but still, like, I'm still like, oh, well, thanks.
I
I'm
hate
happy,
when people say that. Specifically, I've heard women say that, but I mean, I'm sure anyone could say that, and I don't know when that ends either, my guy. But you got to use your brain and just decide for yourself. TBH on God, and it's probably when they're married. That's probably past the threshold significantly. Yep.
Me laughing in this video at all is not because I think the whole thing's not serious, but you just have to laugh sometimes.
2016 was a great year.
About her, and he's fortunate to have her.
Wasn't it?
And these are my feelings that I'll keep to myself from now on. And again, happy Thanksgiving. Remember to tell your family you care about them. And when it comes to anyone else, yeah, just keep that to yourself.
Although the drama didn't result in significant changes, it added to the already damaged image of Toby Turner. His supporters remained sympathetic, while critics labeled him as a stalker. By this time, Toby's channel had already been declining, possibly due to a burnout or his shift in focus to developing a game. This led to a lack of innovation and effort in his videos. And soon enough, the cracks began to show. Starting in 2016, Toby's character began to unravel publicly due to these controversies. This shift undoubtedly blacklisted him from traditional entertainment opportunities, and the decline of Toby himself became evident as his vlogs transitioned from discussing games to controversial political topics, reaching a much smaller audience. The change in his content and demeanor over the past 5 years points to a deeper, more personal decline. Starting with his gaming channel, Toby Games, which once thrived with several uploads a day, saw a significant drop in activity post-2018. Initially maintaining a somewhat consistent upload schedule, the channel's viewership plummeted to just a few thousand views per video, a stark contrast to the millions he once garnered. This decline likely discouraged Toby, resulting in an increasingly sporadic upload schedule that reflected a noticeable lack of enthusiasm. However, on his main channel, Tobuscus, Toby experienced a mix of minor successes and frequent misses up until 2018. He experimented with various new ideas, including a serious music video, but his content mostly consisted of literal trailers, rants, and sequels to his older viral hits. Desperation seemed to seep into his creative process, leading him to produce follow-ups to his once popular videos like Nugget in a Biscuit 2, Nuggets Roasting on an Open Fire, and I'm Dreaming of a Diamond Sword. This...
It is what it is. I'm not necessarily against it. You can milk it, it's your shit.
Sense of desperation is encapsulated in his video titled My Life is Over, where he mockingly promotes a movie script while lamenting his career's downturn.
Yeah, I'm not here for the self-pity party bullshit though. Like, come on, let's get it together.
Yeah, I mean, there's a budget, right? Yes, I have a movie script, and if they give us a budget, give me a couple weeks, and I'll just tweak the script, and I mean, it's really great. I wish you could read it right now as is. It's really good, but I just don't want to spoil it. They need to see the script before they approve the budget. Ask them this. Say, excuse me, do you know who Tobuscus was? And then they'll start saying something, and just sigh, just like, and then hang up. Hang up. Don't call back. Oh my God. Hold on one second. Audience? I'm Toby Turner. This is grape juice. It's actually really old. It tastes super off. I think I'm gonna dump all of it out. Wow, you look good. I'm on a super important business call, but I have a video that's edited. I can show you, this intro thing that you want. So you don't need that. I don't say anything intelligent. This is business though. Movie maybe? Who knows? Who knows? You look great. You smell fine. Keep it up.
Since then, one significant video, unlisted, entitled #MeTooLate, stands out in Toby's discography. Uploaded on June 14th, 2018, Toby finally addressed the allegations against him. He began by acknowledging the importance of the Me Too movement and his decision to speak out despite advice to stay silent. Toby's account of the events drastically differed from April's detailed Tumblr post. The video, despite its serious content, maintained a somewhat casual tone, which many found jarring.
I want to talk about Me Too, and I think it's been too long since I've said anything. I was told not to ever say anything, but the Me Too movement is important because it gave women the confidence to speak out and use their voice, but it's important, I think, for men to be able to do the same, and so I decided it was time for me to use my own. Even though everyone I've ever known who is intelligent recommended I don't, I just realized it's the right thing to do now, so I'm just gonna do it anyway. A few years ago, a friend of mine came to my house at night after partying, and we hung out for a bit, and she asked to stay the night. I said she couldn't because I had to wake up the next morning pretty early, but she said she wasn't able to drive. So I said I would just call her an Uber, and that would be fine. But she said she was uncomfortable with getting into a car with a stranger at nighttime in Los Angeles. I said, okay, and nothing was gonna happen, because at this point we were friends, and this just wasn't that kind of relationship. She said she was uncomfortable sleeping by herself, and she asked that she sleep in the bed with me. I said, okay. And then she asked me to cuddle her, and we cuddled, and nothing else happened. There's a post that sort of tries to debunk everything. If you want to read that, link in the description, but I don't want to get into a tit for tat here. We were friends for years after this night. We made dozens of videos together. She sang in some of my songs. The only problem I was aware of that she was upset with was that I didn't want to be in a relationship. A few years later, we went to Disneyland, where she told me that she loved me more than anyone in the world, and she'd never love anybody more. And I told her we could continue to be friends, but nothing more than that was ever going to happen. And I would appreciate it if she just wouldn't say stuff like that, because it made me uncomfortable. And then she said that I had the wrong idea, and that she had a boyfriend at the time, and also that he was accused of rape.
I wish that he would have said this like years earlier, it feels like.
A Tumblr post, or by a woman who made a Tumblr post about her boyfriend. And so I responded with, what the hell is Tumblr? That sucks that someone would do something like that. They would falsely accuse someone, and that it destroyed them. And there were no repercussions for the woman. So a few months after this, she made her own Tumblr post about me. Me Too is important because it is supposed to allow people to feel comfortable being heard. Do some people use their voices with malintent? Yes. And then they get elected. No one deserves to be treated unfairly. Have I been a bad boyfriend? Sometimes, yeah. Did I party in my 20s? Yes, too much. Am I over that period of my life now? Hell yes. But for 2 years, I felt like I was stabbed in the back and left to die while the world told me it was my fault. I almost gave up, but I didn't, and I won't. So, give me my show back and my book deal for young adults. Stupid lying
Sheesh. Yeah, that's a way stronger response. Tell him how you really feel.
Thank you for watching this, and I hope this video helps you. I just had to say this for myself. If you're ever in a situation where someone won't leave your house, even if it's your friend, if you're uncomfortable, you should call 911. Don't be afraid to do that. And if someone hurts you, don't be afraid to call 911 for that either. That's what they're there for. I believe the Me Too movement has made it easier, and it's definitely a good thing that happened. We just have to make sure that the truth is being told, and that means both sides. All right, thanks for watching. I'm gonna roll out of frame. Let's get ending.
The accusations and ensuing controversies significantly impacted Toby's career. His attempt to reignite his channel with sequels to his past successes failed, leading him to embrace a more candid and frustrated persona.
What's up, audience that still gets access to my videos? Thanks for coming here, by the way. I know it's a pretty big deal. That means that you probably navigated to my channel on your own. You've been like, wonder what Tobuscus is doing, and then you just saw there was a video there, and then you clicked it, because it didn't show up in your subscription box. And you probably don't have notifications. If you do, oh, thank you. Thank you. So, it's been a while.
In subsequent videos, he openly complained about YouTube's algorithm and his dwindling subscriber count, sometimes humorously suggesting that the platform's issues were personal attacks against him.
How did you get here? Speaking of which, do you happen to know the person who handles the algorithm situation?
Yeah, and this will always alienate your audience because most people don't fucking make YouTube videos. And I make YouTube videos and I don't think they're out to get you either, buddy. You just sound schizo. So you're blow off this steam and then delete the clip and make a real video. Okay? You wanted to see something a long time ago and then there was nothing and time continued and now things work differently. To be from channels that I subscribed to way back then. When they rarely post, it'll pop up in my subscription feed and I'll decide.
Just maybe suboptimal.
This shift in tone became much more pronounced in his vlog channel, where he began discussing controversial topics much more openly. By 2020, Toby's content had taken a sharp turn, with him often recording from his Tesla, discussing political topics in a style that seemed out of touch with his previous persona. One such video, An Uneducated Guy Talks About Deadly Virus, uploaded on May 29th, 2020, saw Toby sharing his opinions on COVID-19.
But, you know, who knows?
So he's talking about the pandemic and his thoughts on it. That he says are uneducated, so if we'll just say he wanted to blow off some steam. Was that the purpose of this video, or is it to push conspiracies? Because I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit.
If you go, you're probably gonna see somebody without a mask.
I'm gonna skip ahead a little further.
The comments on his videos reflect a divided audience. Some labeled him as unstable or psychotic, while other fans expressed joy that he was still uploading. Others appreciated his alignment with their beliefs regardless of the topic. This was the beginning of a much more erratic phase in Toby's online presence, which continued to spiral as the pandemic progressed. Now, let's take a critical look at Toby's journey in 2020 and beyond, highlighting his transformation into what many would label a lolcow. By 2020, Toby's main channel was inactive, and his once popular literal trailers were getting claimed by studios left and right, significantly reducing his revenue. Even his hit song Swing My Diamond Sword was claimed, causing further financial strain. This marked the beginning of a deep downward spiral.
Gotta clear those beats.
Stories of his past parties, described as wild and chaotic, began to resurface. One account even likened Toby to the Great Gatsby of YouTube, hosting extravagant parties every weekend. These events were notorious for their debauchery, with rampant drug use and underage attendees, leading some guests to feel that it was only a matter of time before something went horribly wrong.
You know Toby Turner?
Of course.
Toby Turner was like the Great Gatsby of YouTube at one point, where he had parties every single weekend at his house, and they were like extravagant parties, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I just remember going to those parties and being like, something bad is going to happen here. Something bad will happen. There's just too many YouTubers, too many people getting fucked up. I just feel like something bad will happen. And I just remember I used to go there like all the time, and like, you know, I had some buddies, some guys that were on Epic Mealtime then, and they were just like, oh man, maybe we should stop coming to these, it's getting fucked up. And then I remember the last time I went, it was like the last straw. We're like, okay, let's go. Was we went in the backyard, and like in the hot tub was like someone that I recognized from like Fine Brothers like Teens React. And this is like a party, there's like drugs going around and drinking going around. We walk in and I look in the back, I'm like, yo, that's one of the kids from Teens React. Like, we leave now. Let's go. That was the last time I was there. But anyone
There's teens reacting in here? That's when I bounce. Based, Harley. Based.
ever been at a Toby Turner party who's ever gone to any of those, they've been fucked up.
They know that.
They got fucked up.
Oh no, dude. Last guy I heard that about turned out to be Pa Dada. His parties was crazy. They were making you sign exclusive lifelong contracts. You cannot speak of this.
Been fucked up at those parties. Everyone, like every YouTuber, if they've ever been like, oh, I remember I was at a Toby Turner party and they were on ecstasy probably. Everyone.
Those were the days, huh?
Crazy.
Those were the youth.
Listen, doing ecstasy is one thing. Doing ecstasy with a bunch of psychos that you don't know is a different thing.
What's funny is,
as his career faltered, Toby felt increasingly isolated and canceled. With his viewership dwindling and his vlogs averaging less than 10,000 views on a channel with almost 2 million subscribers, Toby seemed desperate to regain attention. He began discussing controversial topics, likely in an attempt to re-enter the algorithm's favor. However, this strategy did very little to boost his views. This sense of isolation from the YouTube community may have influenced his ideological shift. By 2021, his content had become sporadic and increasingly erratic. A notable video from July 16th, 2021 captured his chaotic thoughts and disjointed rants about America and censorship.
It is kind of funny though. They're like, oh, white people, you have slaves. Like, no,
hilarious.
None of us do. None of us do. I mean, do any of us? Because I don't think any white person was like, hey, I didn't know you could still have those. Nobody would be like that.
What are you talking about?
Slaves.
White people had slaves before. Are we denying that? No one's saying they have them now. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
No air conditioning. In the heat. We treat our dogs better than they treat humans.
Polarizing figure in American politics who, killed 2 people and brought significant attention. In the vlog discussing their meeting, Toby's erratic and animated style further alienated many viewers, with comments expressing shock at his transformation.
Hello once again, audience. Hope I didn't lose you yesterday. They posted a picture of me being with this fella by the name of Kyle Rittenhouse that my buddy was working with, and I really wanted to meet this kid. I was so excited. I wanted to meet him.
Why? What did he do? That was so exciting to meet him. Why'd you want to meet him so bad? It's one thing to just like, what? I don't know.
A couple convicted pedophiles. And he didn't go looking for that. They attacked him first. It's not like he's like a pedophile hunter. People should stop praising him for hunting pedophiles. He didn't even know. He didn't know they're pedophiles.
Then why say it? He didn't kill them because they were pedophiles.
Black. Yeah.
Throughout these vlogs, Toby's narratives were disjointed and often delved into conspiracies and controversial viewpoints. This shift from a once popular content creator to a controversial figure discussing fringe topics marked his descent into becoming a lolcow, a person who attracts ridicule online due to their eccentric or misguided behavior. Toby's inability to adapt and evolve his content, combined with his controversial statements and erratic behavior, led to a stark decline in his career. His vlogs, once filled with lighthearted content, now showcased a man grappling with his diminishing relevance and struggling to find his place in a rapidly changing world. So, where is Toby Turner today? These days, you can find him sporadically tweeting and shitposting on his personal Twitter/X account at Toby Turner. And as for YouTube, he still uploads infrequently on his vlog channel, with content that remains as unhinged and nonsensical as ever. Interestingly, Toby managed to revive his main channel, Tobuscus, but with a twist that aligns with his erratic trajectory. AI-generated content.
Whoa.
On April 13th, 2013, the Tobuscus channel returned with The Cute Wars, Griffin's Epic Tales, featuring AI puppies. This video is a bizarre mix of ChatGPT-generated writing, Midjourney AI images of dogs, and Toby's forced attempts at humor. Imagine the Tobuscus videos from 2016 onwards, but stripped of any semblance of human creativity. The new content feels hollow. It's a desperate grasp at relevance using AI tools. It's pathetic. A glance at Tobuscus' recent uploads reveals mostly music, including a song titled Transphobia Phobia, Censored, which has drawn criticism for its offensive lyrics. The description reads,
does sound
take
pretty
care of yourself
offensively stupid.
And be happy. Live your best life, whatever that is. But you don't gotta change yourself to be happy. Things really do tend to work out. Showcasing Toby's ironically misplaced advice. Another controversial song is Blue parody 2 + 2 = 5 Laser Beams remix featuring cameos from YouTubers like Oompaville and Justin Wang. The lyrics of this song are laced with bizarre and conspiratorial themes, culminating in a chorus that mocks scientific truths and flirts with alt-right dog whistles. For example, the line 2 + 2 = 5 references George Orwell's 1984, symbolizing the rejection of objective truth, while laser beams from the sky hints at wild conspiracy theories, possibly alluding to the infamous Jewish space laser trope propagated by right-wing conspiracy theorists.
Man, what a psychopath. Holy shit.
Continuing down this path, Toby released Don't Cut Off Your Trumpet, a crude and nonsensical song that further solidified his descent into irrelevance. The song's lyrics, ostensibly from the perspective of a penis, are riddled with juvenile humor and transphobic undertones, making it clear that Toby has embraced a more controversial and offensive style in a misguided attempt to stay relevant. Recent highlights include a literal trailer for Alex Jones's new video game, a Beethoven parody where the only lyrics are "Nobody Cares," and an AI-generated song called the Winky Face Song, in which Toby provides background vocals and awkward dancing. Additionally,
what the fuck was that?
His attempt at Metro Boomin's BBL Drizzy Freestyle Challenge was, well, it was something.
His content was always aimed at people a little younger than I am currently, and that is around the time when I appreciated it more. So, I mean, there is a disconnect there for sure, but this seems... I agree with the narrator. I agree with Kasari about it seems bad. It kind of feels like he's regressed in a way to what he was doing before his channel even got popular. Like, what is this PNG artwork of a jeaned ass? BBL Drizzy, the plump version. That's epic. Is it 2008? Drizzy!
Isolated him from much of the YouTube community that he once thrived in. In the aftermath, Toby's content took a dark turn. Whether driven by desperation or genuine belief, he began to align himself with more extreme and controversial views. This shift alienated many of his fans and further damaged his reputation, and his videos became erratic, filled with political rants and conspiracy theories that seemed out of touch with the audience that once adored him. Examining Toby's current state, it's evident that his actions reflect a complex mix of strategic positioning and personal turmoil. His attempts to court controversy might be an effort to stay relevant, but they also reveal a deep-seated need for validation and a sense of being misunderstood. His lyrics and videos often convey defiance and a desire to push back against perceived injustices, but they also hint at a profound sense of loss and confusion.
What the hell? Dude, this was a really good freaking video. It really covered everything that I could have possibly wanted it to, it feels like. So that was freaking lit. I'll link the full thing down below for you guys if you want to check it out. If you sneezed during this video, bless ya. How do you guys feel about Toby Turner? Did you grow up watching Tobuscus or Toby Games, dude? I feel like the Toby Games to lonniedos pipeline was very narrow and real. He was definitely an inspiration for me at one point. He seems like a bit of a crackpot now. He probably is a little out of touch. I don't imagine he spends time like browsing YouTube like that, especially when it probably feels like people have been very critical of him on that website, because they have and are. No, he's like 40 probably and wants to do other stuff, but maybe feels a little like blackballed, and maybe he's a little radicalized, because those people at least can relate to him on the blackballed part, I guess, because they're psychos and blackballed for good reason. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching this reaction video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, boys.